us a little bit about these? I see we've got a track 1 and a CNC ported track 1.
That's correct. This is a CNC ported track 1 227. We'll kind of give you a basic idea of the differences between an out-of-the-box cylinder head, as cast, and a fully CNC ported. As you can see here, the chambers, these are as cast right here. In other words, as cast is as how they come out of the foundry. These are the CNC ported chambers. Basically what we do here is, obviously they're CNC ported by a machine. You can look at your bowl area. They come CNC bowl blended and CNC port match. As you can see here, we do a basic port match on it to your Felpro 1206 gasket. And you're just trying to show you some differences. When people say as cast versus CNC ported, why is the CNC ported head higher? It gives you a good idea of how much time, as we discussed earlier, 3 hours and 40 minutes a head, tacked on to your price of your cylinder heads, and that's wise because that's basically the time and the machine work on it. Both cylinder heads have their place in life. I mean, if you have somebody that wants the best they can buy, the CNC ported track 1 at 23-degree valve angle, fully CNC ported, I mean, you really can't beat it for a good bracket car. Now, if you got somebody that wants a bracket car that wants to pick up, 40, 50, 80 horsepower over a, an out-of-the-box cast iron head or even a fully ported cast iron head and lose the weight, then the track 1 out of the box is a very good economical cylinder head for you. You're looking at, rough numbers, $1,500 complete versus, $2,400, $2,500 complete for the CNC ported version. So we just give you two options.
What kind of horsepower difference are between the out-of-the-box and the CNC ported?
Well, you're looking at a minimum of 35 horsepower gain, same compression, same amount of compression, same engine, apples to apples. The CNC ported version is a minimum of 35 horsepower.
Now, you offer this in 2 different sizes in the CNC ported?
That's correct. We have a 215cc intake port, which flows about 307 CFM, and we have the 227, which flows about 318 CFM at 700 valve lift.
Okay, and over here we have a cylinder head that is called the 18X cylinder head.
Right. This is basically the next step up from a really good 23-degree cylinder head. The 18X basically takes a standard rocker and a standard straight lifter, but does have an 18-degree valve angle. So in turn, you have to run a different head stud kit, different piston because the chamber is different and the valve angle is different, and also a different intake manifold.
So if a customer wanted to build a 434, 13-half, 14-to-1, but did not want to get into the expense of having the shaft system rockers, this would be a good alternative for them?
It's very popular because, like I said, it's basically one step up. We have other 18-degree heads that you have to run a different shaft system, and you have to run the offset lifter and all that. They're another 40 or 50 horsepower better, but the 18X, as far as being better than a very good 23-degree head, that's kind of our market for that.
And these cylinder heads, I understand, are about 40 horsepower better than the best ported 23-degree cylinder head, and they start about $2,400, $2,500?
That's correct. If you look on the www.brodix.com, we actually have an 11X section in there, and we have a customer in Kentucky that back-to-back them on basically the same day. And they did a 23-degree track 1 227, an out-of-the-box 18X, and a fully CNC ported 18X, and it kind of shows you where they go from there.
Okay. And we have some other cylinder heads down here on the floor. Can you pull one up here?
It's kind of like Christmas here. We got a little bit of everything. Just trying to show you what we make and what we can do for you. This is a 3XTRA-O. It's a 24-degree valve angle. It's one of our newer big block cylinder heads. It does have an oval intake port. It's 352 cc's. Flows. We've actually got a new program for this. We put like a 350 intake valve and a 50-degree intake seat. I believe it flows in the 447, 448 CFM range on our SuperFlow 600.
Now, does that oval port, does it help on the throttle stop guys that are running 890, 990? Does it help eliminate any hesitation or anything on that?
Well, it's all relative. I mean, it's all a combination. We have the 3XTRA that's a little bit bigger. It is a rectangular port. kind of the standard of the industry. It's also a 24-degree cylinder head. To answer your question, it's all in the combination. A good 565, good 555, even a 582 with these 3 extra O's on there. It's a really good combination, and it works really well. I mean, the rectangular works well too. The oval port has a little bit smaller port, and so to answer your question, it'd probably accelerate off the throttle stop a little better.
Okay, and then I see another small block head down there.
Basically what this is this is a 13.5 degree. It's called the BD series head. This is the daddy of all the small block heads here. It's a 13.5 degree valve angle. The main thing is it is symmetrical port. What that does is basically the standard Chevrolet small block has the 2 center exhaust ports together, and that puts them 2 exhaust ports right here together. What that does is the Chevrolet is known for the head gasket problem in the center of the cylinder heads, and this basically gets the heat away from the center of the cylinder head and gives you better head gasket sealing.
Now on this, does this still bolt to a standard block?
It does bolt to a standard bore spacing small block Chevrolet. That's correct.
But seeing the valve layout on this, you would have to have a different style camshaft, of course, intake manifold and rocker gear and exhaust manifold, correct?
That's correct. Because of the different pattern exhaust, it does take the spread out exhaust pattern, and it takes all the same pistons. You don't have a left and a right like you do in a normal small block.
Okay, and now I see we have some more Pro Stock style heads down there.
Basically what this is the new fully CNC ported 1202 12-degree Big Duke. This is like what you've seen in some of the really fast super comp racers, and quite a few of the top dragster guys have been running. Like I said, it's a 12-degree valve angle. Has a real small, efficient 67 cc combustion chamber. Comes with like a 2.480 1860 intake and exhaust valve. It's got the copper seats in it for the 55-degree valve seat angle. Like I said, you can tell how small the chamber is. Makes it real efficient. You can run like a flat top piston or a very small dome. It is fully CNC ported, and it's a pretty bad dude. We've had exceptionally good response out of this. It runs very well.
And notice it is oval port also.
That's correct. It is an oval port. I believe it's a 3/4 radius intake port on it. We have a new intake manifold actually designed for this. It's our 1900 series. It's a new open plenum, nice, good running piece. It works really well.
Okay, and our last piece down there?
This is basically the new Sweet 16 right here, 16-degree valve angle. This is an unvalved job, but it is fully CNC ported. It's got the copper seats, 2450 intake valve. We took our 18-degree head and rolled it over 2 degrees to 16. It seems to be a very nitrous-friendly head. I've got several people running this cylinder head on the top dragsters, and they've been very, very happy with it.
Okay, and of course you have many other cylinder heads that we don't have time to show everybody, but there again, they can go on www.brodix.com or call into our tech department and find the proper cylinder head for your application, correct?
That's correct. We've got 7 or 8 guys that basically talk on the phone, and we pride ourselves in being a small family-owned and operated company, and we'll talk to you at the races. We're at a lot of the big bracket races. We're at all the dragraceresults.coms and some of the NHRA and IHRA races, and we'll be out amongst you guys, and like I said, we pride ourselves in being a small family-owned company, and we're bracket racing guys ourselves.
Well, thank you.
In the O'Reilly Auto Parts plant,